We're live.
All right, welcome to a Saturday night of the Guitar Gear Locker, and this is live show 55, I believe, right?
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And tonight we have the return of our favorite guest, Mr. Jeremy Sosville.
Jeremy.
And,
It's very nice to you.
Yeah, welcome back, Jeremy.
Good to be back, man. I missed you guys. I love
Yeah,
hanging with you guys. Haven't gone on tour with Immolation in a while, so this is that's how we roll.
Right. Me neither.
Yeah.
You want to come? I need company. I definitely need company.
Yeah, man. Sign me up.
Yeah. So I have a couple. So we know NAMM's coming up. It doesn't sound. I've watched a bunch of stuff. It doesn't sound like NAMM's going to be like people don't think it's that big of a deal anymore. I guess it's kind of.
I guess it's because like a lot of that stuff, because of the internet, all the secrets get out beforehand.
Yeah.
But it seems like NAMM, from people I talked to, kind of got out of hand, where it used to be like where music store people and dealers would hang out. But now that the public is welcome to the extent that it is, it's like a little more wild.
Right.
But I guess it's getting back to being a little mellower from what I understand. I know Friedman's announcing a couple of new things, one of which I think is going to be his take on a AC30.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. I watch his podcast a lot because I'm an amp nerd, as you can see from what's behind me here.
Right. Yeah, we got to talk about that too. But
it seems like the Tone something, or
it's called Tone Talk. Yeah.
Tone Talk. Yeah.
But it's kind of similar to this, where like Dave Friedman's the guy who's like is in the business from like an industry level, and then he's just got his friend who kind of hosts and moderates and keeps the topics coming, keeps the show rolling and stuff like that. Right. And then they'll bring on guitar players, manufacturers, or any number of cool guitar.
Jakey Lee one was really good. I saw.
Was that
Jakey Lee? There was like a really good one.
Oh yeah, it was like 4 hours long, and by the end,
I watched the whole thing too.
Yeah. Really Jake didn't hold back either. What's up, Evan Williams?
Hello, Evan. What's up, buddy?
He said he's never been to NAMM, but he'd like to go. I'd like to go next year. I'd like to go this year.
I love NAMM. It's just the last couple of years it just hasn't worked out. But hopefully, 2027 we can get that.
Are you going this year?
No, I wish. I gotta leave for tour like a couple days after that. So.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, that's a lot to put on a plate in a condensed time.
Yeah, I got too much shit going on, so unfortunately.
You just gotta hang out with the kid, man.
We'll all go.
Yeah, let's do a road trip.
Yeah, man.
I might be going to a guitar show in Nashville in March. It's highly likely. The Nashville Guitar Show, it's called. Imagine that.
Ooh.
With Gary Hott. He's going to bring a bunch of his stuff down there and show it off. And I'm going to tag along.
When is that exactly?
It's like March 22nd-ish. That weekend. It's like a Friday and a Saturday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a long drive, 2 days of show, and then a long drive home.
Yeah, I think it's like what from us? Probably about 7 hours, something like that.
Yeah, from here it's about I think 16-ish.
But 16, yeah. Well, yeah, you're up.
I'm everywhere is far for me except for like Montreal. So
yeah,
Ottawa's even closer than Montreal, but Montreal gets more like cool tours coming through and stuff. So and it's my kind of city. It's sleazy and a little gritty. Ottawa's like very clean and crisp, and it's like the capital of the country. It's just got like it's a little dull. No offense if anyone's from Ottawa. Compared to Montreal, though, I mean,
Yeah. Sorry, I was chasing down a noise in here. My computer was looking for something.
It's a mouse.
Live.
What's that? My computer has a mind of its own. I don't want to unplug the wrong thing because then we go away.
No.
Nashville guitar. That's in March.
Yeah, March 20. That weekend of the 22nd. I don't know the exact days, but yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
home.
I mean, if it's easy for you to get there, it might be cool if you're making pickups. Maybe you
Yeah.
could network with some people about your pickups. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Get to see me.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
we're due for a trip to Nashville.
Oh,
Went
yeah?
about 10 years ago and saw things he never thought he'd see in real life. Uh-oh. Sounds like stories there.
Yeah, last time I was in Nashville was with Mayhem and I think Immolation.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
2017.
I do remember that show in particularly for a certain reason.
Oh, right.
That
That was the show after the Birmingham situation.
yes, we lost our sound guy the night before. It was a
One could argue he was lost for long before.
interesting event, and and we gained Jeremy's then second guitar player as our new sound guy for the rest of the tour. He started that night.
Yeah, Travis was doing double dip and double duty, like literally getting off stage with us covered in blood and makeup and sweat, not even changing, and like running to the front of the house to start like line checking Immolation and work their set. Guy busts his ass, man. He's awesome. He works his ass off.
It was the first night we sounded good,
Well, I thought you sounded pretty good before, but I did notice a difference.
He said he caught the Birmingham show.
Ah, nice.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Well,
that was an epic
the show after.
After show. That was an epic after show with
epic
Black
after show
and Mayhem. And Mayhem. A lot of mayhem transpired that night.
Actual mayhem, yeah.
Uh-oh. But none of this can be talked about, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
We can say
you would be talking about it.
We work really hard to be able to have these wild experiences, and some stuff is just better kept in the brotherhood,
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if I can make you all uncomfortable.
Protect all the guilty parties.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a wild hang. It was a nice place they put us up. I don't remember what the venue was called, but there was like nice quarters. Like
We were all together that night.
It was a good food situation across the way.
Yeah.
So shout out to Birmingham.
Yeah. Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, it's my only time I ever played there in that state.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good show too. I think it was a good show.
Yeah.
How is Scumyard doing?
Scumyard. Oh yeah, everybody. Jeremy's got a new band.
There you go.
Look it up.
You got a couple songs out now.
It's funny you ask. Scumyard's playing our first show next Sunday.
I saw that.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna do like a quick 5-song set. It's like a DIY punk show getting put together from some dudes up here. They asked us to play, and it was like perfect timing because we're at that point in writing and rehearsing where we're like, I think we might be ready to start playing a show. And then that talk happens, and then literally like a couple of days later, I get a message from an old friend of mine being like, hey, I'm putting a show together. Do you want to play? So here we are. And we're just chugging along, having a lot of fun. As a guitar player, I've been able to really explore some new stuff because I have a second guitar player in the band who's like just a great study, and he's super passionate.
Nice.
And I'm starting to get a little more modal in my leads. I've been in the natural minor mode for about 20 years, and now I'm starting to mess around with some other stuff. So it's pretty cool. And everybody in the band is just like super psyched, and like, everybody shows up to practice on time. There's no bullshit. There's no drama. It's just like we're rocking. So it's a lot of fun.
That's good. Cool. See you.
Yeah.
Hey, Cheech, she's back. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I hope your holidays were good too.
Yeah. My New Year's, I was in bed by 10.
What kind of stuff is it?
Oh. Is you asking me? My name is Jeremy, not Matt, but it's like heavy metal with rock and roll influence and some punk. So if you look up Scumyard on YouTube. I finally found a fucking band name that wasn't really taken by like other bands.
Yeah.
So we're pretty easy to find, but Scumyard, New York. We have two songs on YouTube. They're on Bandcamp, scumyard.bandcamp.com. Probably the quickest way to hear the songs. And yeah.
And we have somebody he's joining us. I think he was with us last week, right?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, from Indonesia.
All right.
Oh, man, welcome.
Let's
That's
see.
cool.
Give a sample. He just told you where you can find a sample.
Yeah. Scumyard.bandcamp.com. 2 songs up.
Scumyard. Yeah, it sounds really good too. I've listened to some of it.
Thanks. That was all recorded, with the exception of the drums. Everything was recorded in this room I'm sitting in. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Really?
Yeah, I engineered the whole thing, which was like
nice.
really cool, really like gratifying experience.
Yeah.
Especially because people weren't like, this sounds like crap. You know, it was like I've gotten some good feedback on it, and I learned a lot about like my bandmates and their tendencies, and it's helped me as like a songwriter, but also through those couple songs, it's helping me kind of develop a plan now. You know, it's cool.
Right.
We're gonna do everything ourselves for as long as possible.
And that's more of like a punk vibe.
It's like punk,
Punkish.
metal, rock. It's sort of the 2 songs that are out are certainly that. We're kind of it's sort of like a twin guitar heavy metal band, I guess. Like
Got a little bit the garage rock kind of vibe too.
A little bit, yeah. It's punky. It's like if punks could play a little bit, you know. So I used to be in punk bands, but over the years I learned scales and how to dial up a tone, and like, you know, just over the years you develop. So it's like the same ethos as like being a snotty, sneery, aggressive band, but with a little more musical refinement, but not too much. Never too much.
Right. So did Santa Claus bring you anything?
He did not, but my dad bought me something pretty cool.
Used to be Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, my dad is pretty jolly. So he on Christmas he came over and he got me a Gibson Dirty Fingers humbucker.
Ah,
really?
Nice. So there's a backstory, but so he growing up, he would always tell me, I got somewhere in this house, I got a Gibson Dirty Fingers pickup. And I've been asking him about it for years, and he can't find it because he's a guitar player. He's got guitar player brain. It's just everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, if you ever find it, I want it, you know. And if it's not working, I was like, I know a guy who does pickups now. So maybe if it's not working properly, you know, even then we could still maybe salvage it or something.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to find this thing. So I just bought you one. So I put it in my black Les Paul studio, and it sounds like John Sykes, man. It's crazy.
Nice. That's good.
From your favorite band, Whitesnake. But also from Tygers of Pan Tang and Thin Lizzy and Blue Murder.
Oh, yeah. We'll take that.
All-time fucking awesome guitar player.
Yeah. I was actually playing some Tigers last night, actually.
Nice. Yeah, there's some stuff on there where you're like, it's like you're listening to a guy become a rock star when you listen to some of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, listen to that first Tigers record with him. It's like, he was like, he's definitely ahead of the game.
Yeah. Like I feel bad for the other guitar player in that band because they'll trade solos.
Yeah.
And like John Sykes is just like, I'm killing you. And then the other guy comes in with sort of like Molly Hatchet vibes. And I was like, poor guy. Like, who's supposed to compete with this guy?
Yeah, it's kind of like Warren Dean Martini and Robin Crosby.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Robin has some great solos, no doubt. You know, but it's just, man, Warren's like,
Warren is like otherworldly.
Yeah,
much like Sykes was.
Yeah,
and then you have these other, just another guy sort of soloist.
Yeah, if I had Warren in my band, I'd probably be playing less solos too.
Well, that's what that's what this guy probably. I mean, I mean, his solos are cool. They're just more like Rob Weir, the other guitar player in Tigers, who's still in the band, keeping it alive. So all the credit to him.
He's like, he was always the main songwriter, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
so,
his baby.
But when you listen to those Tigers records, you're like, oh, yeah, it makes sense that he would get plucked out of this band and start climbing the ladder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, David Coverdale, if you want to really shit on David Coverdale, and I know Roger.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is how do you fire John Sykes from your band?
Yeah, you dumbass.
Yep.
Like David Coverdale. What kind of shit is that?
If it wasn't for Sykes, I don't think Coverdale would be as rich as he was.
Definitely not. Dude, that album, that guitar sound and the riffs are just so, even now you listen to them, it just makes you want to pick up a guitar and start jamming. Like those are my favorite guitar players in general, where it's like the guitar player where you hear it and you're just like, oh damn, I got to plug something in today and just jam, because they're making it sound like it's the coolest thing in the world, because it is.
Yeah. And then walks in David Coverdale.
Yeah. Excuse me, John. I think I'm going to replace you with.
Hit him with a guitar.
2 guys.
I don't know why I don't like that guy. I just don't. Never have.
Maybe you secretly have a crush on Tawny Katane and there's like a jealousy issue or something.
That's it.
I'm going to be your therapist right now.
Adrian Vandenberg and Steve Vai. I wish they could have written.
Exactly. Evan knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got it together.
There's just so much excitement.
But Adrian and Steve Vai are both amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Steve Vai as a sideman is like kind of like one of my favorite ways to digest him.
Yeah.
Like,
very creative. Unique player, you know.
Lots of personality and stuff.
Right.
And I like the Vandenberg, some of the Vandenberg solo stuff too.
I'm less familiar. All I know about him, besides Whitesnake, is that he played the PV VTM, and those are cool amps. So and I'm an amp nerd. So,
and a solo album in the works at the time it was passed.
Yeah,
released.
He was also the original part of that. What later became the Winery Dogs.
Oh, really?
Mike Portnoy, Billy Sheehan, and he were starting a band, and then he kind of, I guess, just had a personality conflict or something, and he left, and then they got Richie Kotzen.
Yeah, he was always a very mysterious guy, Sykes.
Yeah. Which is kind of, and I like how he only ever played one guitar.
Yeah.
As somebody who has more guitars than, I mean, not more guitars than I need. I have just the right amount, but
it's like a 70s custom, right? I think.
Yeah. And on the Whitesnake record, it's a Dirty Fingers pickup. And what's crazy is I recently acquired this master volume Marshall from the late 70s, and everything I'm plugging into it from my guitars, which all have similar like medium hot pickups, I have the preamp at about 9, and then I'm boosting it like some to kind of get that full saturation I want. And that guitar, I just turned the preamp up to like 8 or 9 with no pedals, and it's just as like tight and compressed. Crazy. I've never messed with ceramic pickups much in my own collection. So this is kind of a fun little adventure, because there is a thing about them that, it's kind of cool to have another frequency curve, I guess.
I haven't tried one of those yet. I haven't tried to make one yet.
A ceramic?
Yeah, I've kind of stuck with the 2s and 5s. Alnico 2s and 5s.
I mean, those are, the basis of. I prefer Alnico because of how there's like, even if they're hot, there's like a sweetness and a warmth to them.
Yeah.
And I always sort of shied away from ceramic pickups because of there's like a little bit of an ice pickiness to a lot of them. But this one in this guitar is really working.
Yeah. Well, you kind of broke me out of my snobbiness with original PAFs with a certain wire and all that. So well, I'm willing to get out of my comfort zone and try different things with pickups.
Right.
Maybe I'll have to try one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just. I think they were like the original ones from like the late 70s were just trying to compete with super distortions.
Right.
I think these have a little more output to them, and they don't quite sound like a super distortion. They have their own vibe, I guess.
Right.
I think.
Well, it's weird because I've always, when I refer to my snobbiness, I've had people ask me, "Oh, can you wind this?" And I'm like, just go buy a Seymour Duncan. That's what it is. Like anybody can do
Yeah.
that. So then, because I just like PAFs a little more, but I think winding that one, that was actually pretty fun. And then it was like, all right, well, maybe this is a thing. So maybe ceramic is a thing next, right?
Well, I mean, it's fun to experiment, I think, it's like
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
see what it produces for you and like because again, it's kind of like amps where like most of my amps are takes on the Marshall circuit,
Mhm.
but one of them's got 6550s, one's got EL34s, like there's different ways that you can go about making that circuit unique,
Right.
and they're all just sort of different flavors, even though the player is going to sound like the player, like,
Mhm.
there's just different flavors of the same thing that are subtle to the casual listener, but,
Right.
we're not casual, we're nerds.
That's right. Well, and you know what? So every week I tell Alex, like, we can always have discussions about things that everybody agrees with.
Mhm.
That's very easy, but I always like to bring up things that I don't necessarily believe in, but I
Okay.
just say it anyways. And so later on, we're going to talk about amps and pushing air. So that just for anybody that's
Okay.
kind of hanging out, come in later on. We're going to talk about pushing air, and I'm going to give an alternate view again.
All right.
See what we all think.
Okay. I mean, I
That's
use
just a
that
little
term a lot, so
foreshadowing.
we might go into virtual digital fisticuffs over this.
Oh my god, all I have to do is, especially now that we're putting out some shorts to get more viewers and subscribers, which by the way, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I have to do is say something about modeling or effects or whatever, and it always gets a reaction.
Oh, totally. Yeah, because I mean, I have my own opinions about that stuff as it relates to me, but like it is a divisive topic, not so much amongst like professional level guitar players as much as like some of the forum guitar players,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
but
It's
they're
interesting.
still
So I
guitar
have
players and they're still consumers. So
Yeah, well, and it's gonna be we'll talk more about your amp when we go over this because we can
yeah.
compare and contrast the 2.
Hmm.
The thing that I'm gonna bring up, which goes right in line with new things for because we've been talking about new things for 2026.
Okay.
And Alex, you want to start with the first topic, Alex?
Uh,
Ibanez.
yeah. So there's a bunch of new
Let me
Ibanez.
let me hit
We
a
haven't
screen share here.
we haven't really seen like the most companies. I guess are just kind of holding off with NAMM.
Yeah.
Some are
There's a couple of
kicking it
things I
out.
thought were okay with Ibanez. But
Dun, dun,
Oh, look at
dun.
this.
Have you seen them yet, Jeremy?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so
Look at
these are
that
the
thing in
new
the middle.
ones. Okay, so I've been, me, I kind of like the oddball guitars. I
Mhm.
like the Kaizen, the Tosanabasi, and so I think this is where he started was with Ibanez to create one of his guitars. So I think this is well, I don't think like this is almost exactly like the Tosanabasi Kaizen.
Okay.
So, which so here's I have a Sterling Kaizen here for sale, because I'm a dealer for Ernie Ball. But here's what gets me at yeah, my pointer's there. So that right there on the Kaizen, I was playing it one night just to see how it played, and I was like, "God, my left chest is killing me. What
Oh,
is that?"
really?
It's this big horn and the strap buttons on the back of it, so it's jabbing you in the chest the whole time you're playing.
Oh, it's
If
like
you're
on
sitting
the
down, if you're sitting
backside?
down. I imagine probably if you're standing up too, because it's gigantic.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's kind of the first thing, and it's exactly like the Kaizen, but there are things that I like about it, like the ergonomics of it. I kind of get into that with guitars. I don't know. That's where. Let's see if we
definitely
can.
it's like visually striking, but
Yeah, it's that. There we go. It's
when
the
I see
out.
stuff like this, I just
So that's not my cup of tea.
yeah.
That's not what you said earlier.
No.
He did. I'm just making shit up at this point.
Jesus.
I entertain myself.
But I have to say, I picked up the guitar that Roger's speaking of, the Ernie Ball, and I had a couple comfortable angles on there. I was kind of surprised about.
Yeah.
But that is, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
That
and the
is,
one, so the
go-to.
difference is this one here, and even the $4,000 Ernie Ball Kaizen, it has the, you know, the crooked frets, the crooked pickup, the crooked bridge, and all that. And the Kaizen has it also has mini humbuckers. So the one that you've tried that's here, Alex, that one has like, right, you could put Seymour Duncan's in there if you wanted. It has regular pickups, straight frets, and floating trim.
I mean, everything about that guitar is not me whatsoever.
Same. You know what? So you notice how like bass players are far less conservative than guitar players when it comes to adopting new gear, new body styles, new pickups and stuff. This to me, like if you just put like 5 strings on it and they were bass strings, it would be like a totally like, oh yeah, that looks like some wild
that
probably would have Bartolini pickups in it, and
right.
Victor Wooten would play.
It's funny you say that. So I don't know what those basses were, but Jeremy, do you remember the bass that Ron Royce from Coroner would play?
I don't think so.
In like old videos of him playing, but it was something similar to that kind of shape. It was, and this was the 80s, which was kind of wasn't much stuff like that crazy back then.
That's like a harp.
This guitar looks like it shouldn't have a headstock. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
If I put my finger up on it, it looks totally like the type of guitar that would be like.
We'll move on to that in a second. So let me jump over here for a second. Yeah, he said, that's something.
It's definitely something.
Yeah, fan frets, man. I tried it with the what was that Jackson I had with the weird headstock. Pick up here one time. Yeah, that had fan frets. It was okay. I don't know.
So are fan frets, is that like an intonation thing? Is that
I think it's more, I could be totally wrong, but I think it's more ergonomics. Because you think like they go like that, like your hand would naturally go.
Oh, okay. All right.
So again, I think the intonation is like the squiggly frets. I forget what they call them. Oh,
that's right. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, those are the intonation ones. But yeah, I don't know. These are all interesting.
You know, I have played many a Joe Satriani signature model back when I worked at a guitar store, and they are really comfortable, great guitars. Like if one landed on my lap, I would be psyched.
Do you all know this guy, Bernth?
Who's this?
This is like an internet guy, Bernth. But he plays. He's like a sweet picker. You've probably seen him on the internet. He has a lot of tattoos.
What's the name?
Really sounds like a lot of guys.
Bernth.
Okay, he's burnt.
Bernth. Yeah, he has a big internet presence. He's also a really good player.
That's a thing that's happening now. Like there are YouTube dudes getting signature guitars.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
There's
Alex
one now that has a Harley Benton signature with a Vega trem on it, stock, and I think it's like $700.
Who's that?
I forget which YouTuber it was.
The Vega trem is pretty. You're pretty much paying for the Vega trem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let me hit a comment before I scroll down. S series, but the JS a little too small. I feel like I'm playing a toy. Yeah. Now, when you get down to what
kind
is
of
it?
Like the Saber, and it's funny because I actually saw today on Jeff from Carcass put up a photo today of Bill's old two Ibanez Sabres,
Oh wow,
and they got them back after 29 years.
dude,
Oh,
amazing.
jeez.
The Sabre is like a very, I think that's even a smaller body than the Satriani. It's super thin. I don't know
Yeah.
if you ever worked on any of those guitars, Roger.
Oh, I used to have one.
They're
It
like
stayed here for about 2 months, and it went bye-byes.
Well, like that fellow was mentioning the S series guitars. The Satrianis are not as thin as those, in my experience. So it's the same body shape,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like the ones
Yeah.
I've played, they're a little bit more mass to them, and they're a bit more rounded on the back, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
That's
the
S
S
series
series
is
is super thin.
I don't think I've ever played a Satriani, but they look comfortable.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like it just feels everything is right. It's
rounded. Yeah.
Well, and we talked a couple of weeks ago about the Herman Lee PRS Clio. That is kind of modeled after the Ibanez S series because he was an S player. Yeah, they're super thin.
Yeah,
So,
PRS is getting kind of branchy outy from his typical stuff. Like, he had the John Mayer guitar, which is essentially a Strat. I just watched him.
Yeah.
I caught some video on my feed of him discussing a new guitar that was based on a Telly.
Uh-huh.
So it's been interesting. He's like, I like the Telly, but here's some things I wanted to change, and so I did. So
Right.
Go for it.
The AZs, man, I tell you what, I do see these. These are good guitars.
Yeah, I've seen those out and about, actually.
Yeah, these are good, and the Prestige are
there's
also
a headless guitar.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, you know what? I know a lot of people like headless guitars are an acquired taste, but I think if you're going to go headless guitar or even some of these different styles like this, the odd shaped bodies, especially for what these cost now, Kiesel all the way. Like Kiesel does a really good job with headless guitars and guitars in general. Have you ever played one of those?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they're great guitars. They're good.
Oh, the RG, the longest model numbers in the business.
The RGs.
RG52XLO, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
There's one of these that comes in every once in a while that's really nice. Actually, there's probably two of them. So this is their 26 lineup, which when we get down here, it looks like their 86 lineup.
RGA. Oh, the RGAs are kind of cool. Those bottom horns are interesting.
Yeah, I think. Didn't we talk about these, Alex? Because they're pretty damn expensive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, if it's these are Prestige, so that's a Japanese.
Oh yeah,
it would be.
Now, what stood out? These are really nice. We did talk about these a few weeks ago. These are nice guitars, but geez, look at all of the pickup configurations. Good grief. You can make that sound like everything, including an elephant, right? Now there's one. Where's their bass? Oh, these aren't bad. I don't think I scrolled.
Like RG meets an S series or something.
Yeah. Well, now we're getting into the S.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here you go. So what's funny is, Alex, I think we talked about this one, but the original. Remember, there was one of these on Facebook here locally.
Yeah,
I
had two.
An old one.
Younger, in the early in the 80s. I had a black and a red one, which was the X series.
Yeah,
that's like their take on the X, but more.
And wasn't there a name to it? There was one for sale here not long ago. I forget. There was a name. Name.
Well, the original ones were the X series.
Yeah.
X guitars.
See, here's where they lose me though, is like it's available in one color and it's a color that I would never be caught playing.
Well, is it it's a shift. See, it's kind of gold.
But it's like gold and pink.
Yeah.
Like it's I could see the appeal, but like it would be cool if they just had like a couple other options. But again, I'm a conservative guitar player, that plays design. My newest design guitar is a Randy
Now
Rhoads.
that's the one I like best.
I clicked on it because of that. I'm telling you,
the
ugliest guitar ever made.
Bucket list guitar for me is an Iceman, but
Really?
the other color I'm not a fan of, but that is more looks all right, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. So let me get to some. So I'm going to bring up what you're going to buy next year because I know you're going to buy one next year, and I know which one it is.
Oh shit!
I'll tell you what it is later.
It's not going to be an Ibanez. I can tell you that.
No, I don't think it is, but I'll get to it later. So the Saber is now the S series. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Might be a vintage guitar.
Yeah, you know what?
It could be a vintage guitar if I buy anything.
So I'm a big fan of Ola, but I had one of the pink guitar we talked about ad nauseum. I don't know, man. I was not. You played that, didn't you, Alex?
Mm-hmm. I think I checked it out.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
It felt a little. I don't know, and it was probably the one I had may have been entry level. I don't know. It just felt a little cheapish. That's a technical term. Hellish guitars for hellish guitars. Oh, that's messed up, man.
That's funny.
Except for Kiesel. And Paul Stanley Iceman.
Yeah, dude.
I could see. Yeah, there you go, Alex.
There you go. It must be done. Evan said.
Yeah. No, this isn't the one. Trust me.
I've always loved that, first seeing Paul Stanley with it as a kid, and then Tom Warrior.
Yep.
Across with the Iceman. I was just like, wow, that guitar. And then actually, it was an old friend of mine, Tom Wilkinson, original Immolation rhythm guitarist. Tom had a pretty extensive collection of Icemans from the 70s and, and 80s. And that's, if anybody remembers that was around back in his days, remember Tom always played an Iceman for the most part. So,
okay, where are we here?
The Artist series.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So,
what's our opinion here
on this one? It's a little ornate for me.
Yeah, that headstock is like too much. I don't know.
I like the Artist body style and configuration, but like all the extra. I mean, if Pat Metheny rolled on stage with this on his shoulder, it would make sense. But
yeah.
So
one out of 10, what do we rate it?
I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4 maybe.
I'm gonna say -3.
Like, yeah, I hate it. Like I'm getting lost with just some of the aesthetic details with these guitars, you know?
Yeah, look at this. This is
like that.
That's a lot.
Inlay, I don't need that inlay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a little much, but somebody likes it, or they wouldn't do it.
I'm sure. There he is. He said he's not a jazz player.
Jazz is music based on fear.
All right. Well, Alex, I know you're there more than I am, right?
Now,
I like that better than the other one. That's for sure.
Ibanez hollow bodies are great. Even their middle tier, like $600-700. I don't know what they cost now, but like when I was selling them, they were just like well constructed, like good, solid sounding. Like if you wanted an ES
335,
you didn't want to pay $4,000, like this would get you all so close, like so far on your way there without, at like a fraction of the price. Just like great quality.
This is better, but the headstock is. Whew.
I think the white pickup rings are weirding me out.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I was sitting here going like, well, are they white or cream?
Or you know what I mean? Yeah, like either way. Like,
yeah, that's not too bad, but
see, there's every one of these guitars has something about it where I'm just like,
it's funny that your eyes went to the pick. Did you say pick guard or pickup rings?
The pickup rings. You went to the pick
guard for me. The pick guard, I was like, ugh. Yeah, they could have done better with that.
They made a version of these in the 70s too.
This?
Oh yeah.
So this is another one. Like that looks good, but that pickup guard does not go with it at all.
I just can't get down with that blue turquoise stuff. I don't have enough of that great white jewelry that those guys had. You know, the turquoise rings and necklaces.
Alex, you know why my face is doing it. I have a PRS that color.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it looks way better than that though.
Yeah.
It looks way better, right, Alex? I think.
Yep.
Yeah, we're.
These are so these are all new for this year. Everything we're seeing.
Well, no, this is just a lot. I don't know if it's all new. It's just all it's their new lineup.
Yeah.
But when you get here, there's
26 pretty much.
There is a bass in here, and I don't know which one it is. I saw it earlier. It's $5,900.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
and it probably doesn't even cover the headstock.
So it's discounted 10%.
Yeah, right.
So wait a minute. Who said the headless guitar? So does it work on a bass? Seems like I mean, as a tech, it seems like
again, I don't know. I'll tell you this much.
I'm not a headless on.
If I'm in a band,
you know,
if I'm in a band, and the bass player comes into audition and he rolls in with a headless bass, I'm already suspicious that this might not work out. And then the other one is if he has a bass that has as many strings or more strings than my electric guitar. But the headless bass, I'd be like, ooh, I bet you our musical stylings are not lining up. And again, this isn't a knock. It's just more like, I don't know. I've been through this before.
It's like I have similar reactions. I like it. They look dumb. That's me. I would just say
my old band in New York, we were called Grande, and we were between bass players, and we auditioned this bass player, and he showed up with a 7-string bass. And I was just like, and he kept doing all this wanky like upper register stuff, and I'm like, guy, that's my job. But it was also like we made a joke after he left because he was a nice guy, whatever. But I was like, hey, can you change the Craigslist ad to say like must have less strings than the guitar player?
You know, that I didn't realize that was a thing, but I had somebody, and he watches this occasionally. He said, I'm looking for a bass player, and I don't want them to have more than 4 strings. And I was like, okay. He goes, no 5 or 6 strings because it starts getting weird.
5 I can get down with.
Yeah, I have a 5, but I play it like a 4.
Yeah, a 5-string bass player, they can get a pass. You know?
Yeah. Because maybe you want that extra low D note versus the upper one or whatever.
Right.
But you could do what Ian Hill of Judas Priest does, which is play a 4-string bass that's tuned to the lowest notes of a 5-string bass.
Oh yeah.
B-E-A-D on his 4-string. Because what bass player needs a G string anyway? And sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So what do we think about the acoustics? I'm not there.
The acoustics?
Yeah, Ibanez acoustics.
I like that white creamy thing. It looks
you're lying.
Now that I see it. Okay, never mind. No. Maple
I thought you were messing with me.
Maple fretboards are weird on a acoustic.
On an acoustic, yeah.
But again, I'm just being like a old guy.
Yeah, I mean, I love maple boards, but not on acoustic. Yeah, it's a little stupid.
I mean, this one's trying to be decent. No, it's not.
But
changed its mind.
This series, in terms of quality, particularly the Artwoods, very well made. But again, they got these flowery, viney things going on.
They're definitely not the worst acoustics I've seen. I mean,
these aren't bad.
Some of the electrics.
I mean, this isn't bad at all. It didn't come. There you go. That's not bad. I don't necessarily like, what is that, the Vine of Life or something like that?
I don't want the flower stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that, but I don't mind the body. Jeez, sorry about that.
That bridge is cool. I like that bridge with the little inlays on it.
Yeah, that's not bad. I like the shape of it too.
Yeah, it looks pretty ergo.
Although it's definitely not the shape of my Martin. That's like the shape of a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That isn't bad.
Yeah, I like those inlays.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Little nod to Gibson-y vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Oh, that's not bad either.
With the red back and sides, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, and then we have a hole in the top of it.
Maple neck.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever. They lost me.
Yeah. Again, like I'm just not. I don't know if I'm. Oh, look at that thing with the. Oh my God! Now, on principle, I want one of those.
No way, man.
Oh,
Look at that.
cow.
It's half electric guitar and half acoustic.
That doesn't know what it has an identity crisis.
You know what? It's the Ibanez version of, remember those Fender Stratacoustics?
Yeah.
Yes,
I do remember. That's what it is. But it's got the pointy RG horn on it. Oh my God. I kind of love it.
You do?
Maybe not this color.
You with, here it is.
Click on the, oh, I don't know about that.
I
Click on the red one.
It's got like a you can like stab somebody.
Oh God, what are they doing? See, what are they doing? It's weird.
Like the first acoustic, that's like a real weapon there.
I kind of just like the idea of that, like shark fin and like this the headstock. I love it.
No.
If I saw one of those at a good price, I don't know if I could resist on principle. It's like when I saw a video of the Scorpions playing like an unplugged thing, and Rudolph was playing a Dean acoustic Flying V, and I was just like, of course.
But he can get away with it.
I can tell you one thing: they have to sound like absolute shit.
Probably not the best. Yeah.
Yeah, they look like they sound like shit. All right, classic. They just look like there's nothing to them to give them any sound. I could be completely wrong. I mean, what the fuck do I know?
I mean, they probably aren't bad because Ibanez is like very consistent and solid. It's just their aesthetic choices to me are just not. I don't relate to what they're doing.
Yeah. So we're gonna say the winner is right here. It seems like in the comments and here, this is the winner for Ibanez.
I don't know those fan frets. Like I'm trying to picture playing like a F sharp minor scale on the low register, and my hands just can't do it.
That's what is hard on those for me is the bar chords, and then if you look down visually, they look weird. You lose your landmarks, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like because when I look at a fretboard, I kind of look at it like a map. And even like when I'm given a 7-string guitar, I get thrown off. Like, it's hard to ignore the B string and pretend it's not a low E string, you know?
So that is the lineup. And I think this is the bass right here I was talking about. I think it's $5,900.
It's a lot of knobs.
Yeah, man.
A lot of frets.
Yeah. So that is, let me do the stop sharing here.
All right.
So what's everybody think about that? And this is kind of, where we're going now. It seems like everybody's leaking stuff before NAMM. So NAMM's like, when you get there, it's like, oh, well, let's go look at what we saw.
I think you have to. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like getting back to that Friedman stuff I was talking about earlier, he's been talking about making this amp for a couple of years and just developing it and what it's going to be based off of and this and that. But it's like, now it's just like, well, now it's going to be ready for NAMM. So you'll see it at NAMM, but it's not going to be like you unlift the veil like an old auto show with the concept car or something and be like, here it is for the first time ever.
Right. All right. Let's see our next topic, Alex. Oh, here we go. Let me hit a share here. Alex always loves when I bring up these as a topic. Let's see. Well, we talked a little bit about this last week, but more has come out. So there's something really interesting about this that I saw earlier. So Taylor Acoustics. So they are really going hard after the country, like Dreadnought, bluegrass players now.
Okay.
Martin has always kind of had like the grasp on.
Right.
So, they have their V-bracing and all that kind of stuff that they had for the last couple of years. But this is why I wanted to bring it up.
Whoa.
So, yeah. So they've always had, well, not always. Recently, they've come out with more of a bolt-on neck that could be adjusted and different shims and things like that where you could adjust the neck angle. And everybody heard me talk a lot of smack on Martin on the one that I just bought, which, by the way, the third one that came in was perfect. So, and it took 3 for them to get it right with Martin. And Martin, you suck because you still haven't called me back. They get, you know what? They keep sending me a message saying, send us the serial number on the 2 guitars that were bad. And I'm like, I sent them back. So they gave me directions on how to find the serial number, which I do every time I do a setup on a damn guitar, get the serial number off.
Yeah, it's like,
so yeah, they're just ridiculous, and I still bought it, and I'm stupid for buying it, but I love the guitar. But anyways, it was a bad neck angle. So these, if you go to Taylor's website, it's really geeky. So what you're seeing now is very exaggerated, like the neck off of it, pretty much. In this area right here. So you want lower action on your acoustic guitar. Before it was kind of hard. Like if the neck angle wasn't proper,
right?
The proper alignment, it was, you have to do a neck reset, like you just said. Sometimes you could take or a lot of times you can take the saddle down, but only so much. This, in addition to the truss rod adjustment on the inside of the hole, they have this special tool that goes down in the hole. It's in this video. If I play the video, we're not going to see it because of StreamYard, and I'm sure we'll get a strike on it. But there's a tool that goes down in there that adjusts the neck angle, and you can lower the string height on it. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But here's their other thing is they have the Claria pickup system. They're not doing, which they say is awesome. I didn't listen to it, but I personally like Fishman stuff and even acoustics. So I don't think they're with Fishman. They're doing this new style, but here they are. And my God, I thought that Martin was expensive, but geez. I mean, these things are up there. But I wonder if you spent $4,400 if Taylor would talk to you, because Martin won't.
Well,
yes, I'm going to talk smack on Martin a bit.
I feel like Martin is just like one of those brands that sort of like Gibson, where they're kind of like, we're so established and so. I mean, when you go to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, there's like Martin guitars in there. Permanently there, not like just like an exhibit.
There's another guy on the other side of the keyboard on email with me that read my email, and he said, "Sir, you're a dumbass because you didn't like 2 of the guitars. You ordered a 3rd one, and you bought it anyways. Stop talking to me."
Well, there's that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what they're saying.
Fool me once, sort of a deal. But you love the guitar now?
Oh yeah, I ordered a new one. I'm not gonna go through the story again, but I ordered a new one, and it took 3 to have one with a good neck angle or wasn't dinged up.
That's kind of surprising.
No, the 3rd one, and I reached out to Martin, and they just didn't care. But to your point, and Gibson would do the same thing. Gibson would say, "You still bought it, so."
Well, it's sort of like they're like the hot chick. They're like, well, whatever.
Exactly.
Somebody else will take me out.
Yep. So this is kind of their new thing. I don't know how I feel about Taylor. It's their gold label collection over here. That if you look at it, that almost looks like your Gibson acoustic.
Yeah, it does.
And then that looks like the Martin. Then of course your traditional Taylor.
It's got those jumbo curves.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I do like is on their acoustics where they do that little bevel right there. I like that a lot. So, but you know what? I like Taylors. I have a Taylor, and there's a place, but there's also a place for Martins.
Well, I feel like Martins are like you know, in the acoustic world, it's similar to what we have with like Fenders and Gibsons, where it's just so ubiquitous in all this recorded music you've heard
Right.
throughout the years that when you hear it, you're just like, oh, that's just the sound I'm supposed to hear.
Yeah.
It's like putting a 57 on a guitar cabinet. You're like, oh, that's don't need to do anything now.
So, and that is called the Taylor Action Control Neck.
It's
Man,
cool.
it is. I could not.
Cool.
So I knew they had the ones where you could kind of take the neck off, like because they've been bolt ones for a couple of years now, and they have, you know, their proprietary shims that you put in there where you can change the angle. But man, I saw this guy. It's like this, you know, this little angular wrench, if you will, and stuck it down in there. He just kind of wound it up, and the strings just came right down. I was like, wow, that's nice.
I feel like this is I think this is a cool idea because I follow this music store down in Troy, New York, which is where I got this new old amp I got recently. And he's always posting every Saturday. He'll do like a store walkthrough on Instagram. And he's always getting these cool old like guilds and, you know, old acoustics from like the 60s and 70s.
Right.
And he's like, but this one needs a neck reset. Like so many times he's like, this one came in, it had to have a neck reset before we put it out. And so blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, that's just such an invasive, expensive repair.
Yeah.
Like,
well, how does it leave? How does it leave the factory like that? You know?
Right. Well, I wonder why. Yeah. Why does it need a neck reset? Is it because the frets wore down and it's like the angle changes, or?
So the two that I got were brand new. They came right from the factory. So, you know, the weird thing about it is, you know, you get these expensive guitars. The old ones, I mean, that could just happen, you know. But I have it's funny, we talked about Yamaha last week, Alex, and a Yamaha acoustic came in today. And it's actually, the frets are good on it. And you know, now I'm like, I'm going to check every neck angle now. Perfect. And it's probably a sub $500 guitar. And the neck angle is perfect on it. So, I mean, maybe that's where I went wrong.
Yeah, all these darn handmade things.
Yeah. Well, the one I made by hand is right. So that's all. And my Taylor's right. My Taylor has a good neck on it. All right. So here we go. So more for NAMM. So like things that they're expecting for NAMM. I told pre-show, I told Alex about a couple. So they have expectations that Dave Mustaine is going to have a signature Les Paul and Mark Morton is going to have a Les Paul. But here's Alex's guitar next year, and you know what's going to happen. A Michael Schenker Flying V.
Oh, get out of town.
Possibly. Rumor.
Oh, I think that's been in the works. Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
He rejoined Gibson a few years ago. So
I feel like everybody left Dean. And then also I've been watching
including Chris Canella, you know. Chris Canella's gone. You know.
Yeah, and then I've been watching more recent footage of Schenker and couldn't help but notice. You always notice.
Well, I hope they make the 70s version headstock.
Around.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's the Gibson. I mean, that's the first guitar I really fell in love with. You know,
so if they do this, what price is it going to bring in?
Oh,
well, it depends. Are they going to do the greenie thing where they make 20 of them that are like perfectly exact replicas, and then they do the tiers, you know?
Yeah. But Kirk Hammond has that guitar. You know that, right?
Yeah. I saw it on that. He has
really?
Gibson did a video of his collection, and he was like, he's got all kinds of crazy stuff.
He's got the UFO guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which started out as a red guitar, I learned.
Yeah. And I started off as Rudolph's guitar. I'm pretty sure.
Right, yeah.
Huh.
So here's what they're gonna do. Yeah. They're gonna make 50 limited edition exact Tom Murphy himself, slept with it at night, like sort of threw the keys at it to replicate the scratches and everything.
Go out to lunch with Schenker.
Yeah,
$20,000.
Then those are going to be like 10 to 15 grand.
Yeah,
probably.
Like the
and then you'll get the production custom shop version, and
Right.
those will still be 5 at least.
Right.
And then I don't, and then like
To
5
answer your
years from
question,
now, when
Roger,
everybody's got those, they'll make an Epiphone, and then I'll buy it.
I won't
Yeah, I was
spend
just saying, I wonder if they'll do an Epiphone.
No, I don't think they ever will, actually.
I won't even do the Epiphone.
Well, I hope they don't
I
do
would
what
pay
they
$2
did.
grand for a Gibson V.
What's that?
I would pay 2, but I wouldn't pay any more than that.
Yeah, but 2 is what a regular V goes for now,
Yeah.
which makes no sense.
Yeah.
but what do
Yeah,
I
it's
know
gonna be
about
way
it?
more than 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
these signature, like when Gibson puts something out through the custom shop, no matter what it is, like a Les Paul Jr. from the custom shop is like $5 grand.
Yeah.
Well, and
You
you
have
figure
production one
what
for like less than 2.
what I hope they don't do is, I don't know if you've seen the more entry-level Gibson greenies. So they have the ones that are relic.
Yeah,
and then
those
they
are
have-
whack.
They have like it almost looks like a plastic coating on them for a finish.
Well,
Have
they
you seen
just
one of those?
they kind of remind me of like the Gary Moore signature guitar that he made that wasn't greeny, but like it was like a working man's version of like all the greeny attributes back. This was
Right.
like in the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
It had this pale yellow.
Mm-hmm.
The finish was just like
Right.
unappealing, I think.
Yeah.
I had one in here, and it was one of the greeny ones, and I would, believe it or not, I was switching the pickups in it because people don't necessarily like the pickups. But the finish on it made the guitar top look plastic.
Huh.
Well,
You know, it's
Jeremy,
just
your
very
Murphy
odd.
lab, that guitar is like kind of light relic, maybe
Light,
Very
they call it ultralight age. So the concept, I guess, behind it, for those who don't know, I have a 56 reissue that's like a Murphy lab.
Yeah.
And Alex was there when I got it. It's got all the checking, like as though it was sitting in a closet and it just dealt with air.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, and the metal hardware is a little worn,
Right.
but it's not like banged up like it was gigged. It was like, I think the idea was like it was somebody who like, had a closet guitar.
Yeah.
That just happens to be, 60 years old or whatever.
Yeah. Fender calls it the Journeyman.
Yeah.
It's like
But they-
lightly relict.
Like, but the Murphy Lab has levels of aging, and it's like the more he throws his keys at your guitar, the more it costs.
Right.
Yeah. I was telling Roger about it, and I saw the most. I like the relic guitars, but not when it's, over relic or whatever they call it, the heavy aged or whatever they call it. So there is this Les Paul that I saw maybe about 2 weeks ago, and a guy was a French guitar player at some French guitar shop. He's just, demoing one of the guitars they got in the shop. So this guitar it's a Gibson Les Paul, Joe Perry, the original Joe. No, his old, not his signature guitar,
Like
but
his burst.
Yeah, his burst. And
Oh, cool.
that guitar looked like magic. I mean,
Yeah.
it just looking at the neck itself, it just looked like, wow.
Was it like devarnished, so to speak?
Yeah, I don't know. It just looked well worn and just like the white guitar I have behind me in my old ESP in the 80s, like that neck, and that's from me, really, because I've had the guitar since the 90s. The guy from Heaven, if you remember Heaven's Edge, it was his guitar first, the glam band from the 80s in Jersey. But so, that guitar is just like, I was playing it last night, and it's just so warm. It's just, the neck is perfect, it's like, but just looking at that Les Paul, it looked like that. It just looked like you feel that neck, and it's like butter, like just so well worn, and it's like a part of you, if that makes any sense.
Well, the cool thing about the Murphy Lab I have is that the light aging, even that, just because the neck is all checked, and the neck is very finely checked. Like the top is like, the checking is more spread out or whatever. It does give it like a feel, like a comfort that is weird. It doesn't make any sense why, but but again, it's just like this sense of like it's gone through something,
And I love that. I like the guitar, but I want to be the one to wear it in too.
Yeah. Well, I have my Les Paul Custom, which I bought brand new in 2006. So wow, 20 years. Fuck, we're getting old, boys.
So that guitar is played, man.
I've played it a bunch, and even though the paint's still on it and stuff, like it's got some. When I hold the neck, you could just feel like the finish is not as tacky as it used to be.
Yeah.
And the fret wear that it does have is like totally manageable, but it's like everything about it just feels like a good pair of pants or something, where you're just like, this is comfy and it's me. The coolest thing about it, it's kind of like your ESP behind you, is a lot of that wear, that wear and tear is your story. Like I can look at all the scratches and all the checking on it and the little this and that on it and just be like, the yellowing of the finish and all that, and just be like, cool, this tells the story just by holding it and staring at it.
Yeah. I'm gonna work through Evan's. So he has a couple, so and then it's funny how these will progress. Well, I mean, listen, I see there's some Indonesian guitars that are coming out in 2026 that are $2,000. So
that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
I got one.
So here's the last one. So now you have to tell the story.
It's a nice story if I have time to tell it.
You have time.
Okay. So on March 19th of 2022, I was wrapping up the last show of a tour with my friend Alex here, and we did a big show where Immolation headlined, but it was Demolition Hammer, Mortician, my band at the time, Black Anvil, and it also happened to be my 40th birthday. And there was a grand conspiracy among several members of my family and my circle of friends to pitch in and buy me a 56 reissue Murphy Lab. And after we played our set, I received the guitar as my birthday present. So that's how I acquired it. I do know that the main protagonist of the conspiracy, who was my drummer Nate from my band Sanhedrin, did work with the artist relations rep at Sweetwater, who he had a connection to. So whatever price you see them advertised for, I'm sure it wasn't quite that much, but it was still not it was not pennies pinched to get that for me. So, but it was about 15, 20 people contributed, and that's a great way to. It was awesome. It's like I have a lot of guitars, but that's the one that when I open up the case, I just like it's gets me every time.
Yeah. And then you won't repaint. I would never repaint that.
Dude.
Well, and it's I get so used to putting my pointer on things. I was getting ready to put my cursor on it and go, that one right there. No, that thing's yellowed out. It used to be like pearl white, right?
Yeah, it used to be white. My dad was white.
Yeah, my custom was like that. It was white as a sheet of paper. And my dad still has pictures of it because he took photos of it when I first got it. I brought it up here. I was living in the city at the time. I brought it up here to kind of show it off, I guess. And he took some photos and he gave me some of them a couple of years ago. And it was like white. Now you look at it and it's not yellow, but it's creamed out. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I love that about white guitars.
The thing about guitars like that is if you just buy a great guitar that you love and you just play the shit out of it for the rest of your life, it's gonna give you all that relic stuff that kind
of like the Rhodes with the Randy. He had the 70s Les Paul, and I kind of fell in love with that look.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I was drawn to it, because everybody plays a black custom, but the white custom I felt was just like a statement. It was a statement to me because that was the first high-end instrument I ever acquired.
Mhm.
And so for me, it was like me saying, "Oh, you're dropping this kind of coin on a guitar. Well, we're gonna go for it. This is it, boy."
That's it. All right, next.
Next.
I did this for Alex. So Alex received a Spark Mini and likes it a lot.
Interesting.
And Fender's now in the game again. They've been in it in the past. There you go.
yeah.
There's Alex's.
Nice.
So, and I think Marshall has one. Several people are into this now. So,
Well, this is interesting because my Black Star makes a similar type of thing, and I bought that for my dad for Christmas this year.
yeah. You know what? I think I am. Let me hit stop sharing. I am the only one that doesn't care for Spark, and it's only because of the company. Like I like the Spark concept and how it runs on an app and how they sound and all that. But I tried to buy one and it was a pain in the ass. Like I couldn't get it. Like I literally could not buy it. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago when it first came out. For some reason, I just couldn't buy it.
I'm not too familiar with them. The Black Star one, it looks like the size of like those old Marshall clip-on amps, the 9-volt amps, but somehow it sounds like it's got fidelity to it, which is what I thought was really cool. And I think I had a student that had the Spark thing, and he loved it.
A lot of people like them. They say good things about them. All right, let's see. Where are we going? Oh, here's, this one. I don't know how you feel about this. Maybe you don't feel anything, but
in general, I feel nothing. Yes.
Yeah, we're numb. We're comfortably numb.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Da-da-da-da. Oh, you can get 10% off.
Hold that thought. You guys can.
This thing?
Yeah.
I don't understand what it is. I mean, I watched a teaser about it, but
yeah, you know what? I watched the video. I watched the whole video because I like Big Muff pedals because I think I probably told you like years ago when I started playing again, I wanted to play, songs from Siamese Dream, Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, there you go.
You need a Big Muff to do that. Which there's a funny story behind the Big Muff that I have. So I have I don't know if it's like the 70s original, but it's the original this size, but it's black and silver. Yeah. So, but I watched the video earlier of, I think it's the guy from Electro Harmonics and like 2 guys touring his house. Mm-hmm. It was just like a history lesson in pedals and electronics and all that kind of stuff. But I think they kind of got together the way I understand it. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I misunderstood it, but they redesigned this. But they did a shootout. I saw one video where they did a shootout with the Big Muff Mini and all the different Big Muffs and the Russian Big Muff. And what they didn't do is they didn't do a shootout, like a comparison with the old style Big Muff in this one. So you couldn't do an A/B with it. So they just did the other ones. I don't know why they skipped over that one.
So this is the new.
Yeah, the new Big Muff.
It's a collab with JHS and Electro Harmonics.
Isn't this the
that's right, it's JHS.
Billy Corgan's favorite pedal, right?
Yeah, it is. There's well, and there's one on my pedal board. You've seen it. But I personally like it. I use it every once in a while.
I think they're cool. They're really cool with strats.
Yes.
Because if you roll the volume back, it kind of just turns into a nice crunch, but then you can go full fuzzed out wolfiness with it.
Yeah.
That makes sense with that.
And also like that font, the font on the pedal for the words Big Muff is like one of the coolest.
So here's the fast story about it. So I was trying to figure out, how to get that Siamese Dream sound, Strat and all that. And somebody somewhere, this was like in the beginning, they were like this at least 20 plus years ago. They're like, you need a pedal called a Big Muff Pi. So my
Yeah,
wife
yeah.
goes in, buys it
What?
for me for my birthday or whatever. Goes into Guitar Center like back in the day where you knew everybody and they were all guitar guys in Guitar
Mhm.
Center. And she goes, "I'm looking for a gift for my husband. I think it's called a big muff pie." And the entire store
You
fell
emphasize
out.
the note.
Like, she says it like, like, with a serious look on her face, and she's
Uh,
like, the whole place, she said, "At that point, I knew I was the butt of the joke."
yep,
But she has a good sense of humor, though.
that's good.
Well,
That's how I ended up with my
Billy's
big
also
mouth
got like
pie.
30 guitar tracks on that Siamese Dream record.
What's that?
You know, there's like 30 rhythm tracks on that. He
Oh, yeah.
like overdubbed the shit out of it to get
Oh, yeah.
super
Yeah.
fat. That's what you did back in the day, and then you realize over the years you don't have to do that. You know.
All right, so Pepe wants, "I wanna play my guitar with headphones while listening to the song and be able to mix it into my headphones equally. What is it?" Jeremy, this is I can do this, but how do you do it?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's cheaply. I have a whole like audio interface studio set up here, so I kind of run it that way. But if you want, I mean, like that Black Star mini amp has a way to run it where you can run a device playing music or Bluetooth through the speaker, and then also play your guitar through it. And those are about $100.
Yeah. Right.
And
Oh, yeah, that's true.
and they sound, they sound cool. Like it's a
Yeah,
3-watt amp, but the fidelity is like surprising.
right. So I have a small Mackie mixer, and
Mm.
you can usually find those on the secondhand market for, man, sometimes as low as 80, like 80 to
Yeah,
120
yeah.
on the secondhand. So you can do it with anything really. You could run your amp into it, but I run my fractal into it. I also, what is that? Is it IK Media that we use, Alex? The amp sims?
Yeah.
I've done it with that also.
Mhm.
So I hook my computer into the mixer, and then I hook my effects, which is my fractal usually, into the mixer, and I can mix the music from my computer with the guitar sound.
Yeah, I guess it just
And it's
depends
like $100.
like if you're looking for something that's all inclusive that has the guitar tone and the ability to take in Bluetooth or an aux in.
Yeah.
Most nowadays, like most practice amps, like even entry level ones, like in that kind of line 6 Black Star sort of vibe, like have those features because they know that that's what people like. A lot of, I mean, you see like $120 practice amp now that has like a USB out that you can hook right into your computer now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, oh, here you go. Right. So hold on, and I'll share this real quick so you can see the one. God, man, I hate all the pop-ups that pop up. Oh, here you go, right here. Stand by. All right, here's what I'm talking about. I'll share it up. And I just saw one for like $79 used. It popped up while I was looking at this. This is, I mean, this is as simple as it can get right here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I use, and then there is one of these channels. I forget what. So in the back of it, I think I hook a USB in from my laptop. You could probably do it with an iPad, I would assume. Maybe a phone. There's probably an interface for a phone. So just a small mixer like that. Hook my computer into it, and my fractal went to the other side. I've also used it with one of the amp sims online, and they mixed well. And you can play your music right through here and adjust it. I think it goes in through this one right here.
Yeah, and then if you have if you have a tube amp, you can get a load box and do the same thing.
Right.
That's kind of how I do stuff.
And he has a Boss Katana. I think he could plug that right into one of these inputs.
There's probably a line out on that.
Yep.
That you just plug right into one of the line ins here. And
yeah.
Whatever your music source is, plug into the other one, mix them together, and
so I'll tell you, Pepe, I'll tell you, I'm not the most technical guy with all the sound stuff, but it's actually as easy as bring your amp in one of the line ins, like he just said, and then your headphone jack goes right there where I'm circling the 5 and 6, and you just control it with that. You can kind of mix the volumes. That's exactly how I do it every day.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you're talking, I mean, like I said, like 70, 80 on the used market. I think I can tell you real fast. I saw, let's see, it is, so brand new at Sweetwater, it's $189.99, but trust me, I think I bought mine for like $100. So and that was a while ago. I'm sure they've come down. Yeah, it's that simple, I think. And it is probably even a little more simple than that. I tend to make things more difficult.
I haven't jammed with headphones in a while because I have my studio setup. If I'm running direct into like an amp sim on the computer, I can just come out my monitors, and I'm on the opposite end of the house of like where my wife is sleeping.
Yeah.
So I could just keep it at a level that's like not stupid.
Well,
I think it's out during the day though.
I don't even use headphones in the studio anymore. I used to back in the day. But
No, I track all the guitars in the control room, or in this case, it's like a control room type environment because I want to hear what it's going to sound like on the record when I'm playing it. You know?
Yeah. I'm going to listen straight out of the monitors. You know.
Yep.
And
yeah,
you know,
really
it used to be, you know, you got the headphones on. And,
oh yeah,
you're in the other room or whatever. But,
he's right. He has to use. He lives in an apartment. I grew up in an apartment. I can relate to that. Yeah, and so you can do it. I mean, it's one of those things where if you had time, there you go. Right, we both have headphones. I plug my headphones into that, but I generally use studio monitors. But then sometimes I hook them into my head rushes, my FRFRs, and it all hooks right into that little Mackie mixer. So it's pretty flexible.
Yep.
All right, so, and thanks for the sub. I saw you just subbed. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Last one. Here we go. Pushing air.
Oh boy.
We're gonna push some air now.
Don't piss me off, Roger.
No, I'm not. This is look, man. These are just different perspectives here. So this is the IK Multimedia, which I mean, it's made by Tonex. The Tonex, we've talked about Tonex with the Brown sound.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is one of those. I'm curious. I actually want to write them. It'd be nice if your guy at Sweetwater would loan you one, Alex. So I would like to try one of these with Alex playing like maybe some immolation or whatever, Gorephobia on it to see how it sounds, to see if it pushes air. Because every review says it's very, very close to an amp. So, and kind of the claim to fame with this is, you know, it runs with a Tonex, but it would work with a Helix or Fractal or Quad Cortex. But you can see it has different. So this is, instead of controlling it with the Tonex, you know, Tonex has all your controls and everything. But this also, so you have a 12-inch, then you have, you know, your stuff over here.
This is actually pushing a little bit of air, and I'll actually show you real quick if I can get this thing off.
It is pushing a little bit of air.
A little bit.
It can push a lot.
I don't know if you can see. There is a speaker in there, too. Like,
it's pushing a little itty bitty air.
In the cabinet, you know, and there's something happening.
Well, I think the fact that this thing is 700 watts tells you that's how much Class D power it takes to come close to pushing the amount of air of a 50-watt Marshall. And that's got tubes in it.
Hey, guys, maybe we want to do, he said, what band is this dude in? I don't know which dude. So, Jeremy, you want to give your resume and then Alex?
Okay. Hi, my name is Jeremy Sosville. I'm a guitar addict. I'm here with Alex here. I was in a band. I met Alex.
Like your full resume.
I met Alex while on tour with my previous band, Black Anvil, and we became friends. And then I'm in a band called Sanhedrin, which is based out of Brooklyn, New York, and on Metal Blade Records. And I just started a new band called Scumyard. There it is. You can find us on the interwebs, scumyard.bandcamp.com. And I play guitar. Thank you for asking. Alex, tell them about yourself.
Alex.
My name's Alex. I'm a husband and father, and I live in Virginia. Thank you.
That's it, huh?
He likes long walks in the park.
Yeah. Alex plays
Agoraphobia, Immolation, currently with Immolation.
One of the all-time greatest death metal bands to ever walk this earth. So
yeah, and I'm just the dude that hangs out with them. Oh, he said he knows Alex.
Okay.
I'm the dude that hangs out with Alex.
I know Alex too. That's why I'm here.
All right, so what are our thoughts? I think, Alex, I think we need to try one of these. I'm going to pester the shit out of people this week.
700 watts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is this thing?
The brown
wait a minute. I was before I get sidetracked easily. But see, here's kind of the claim to fame where, you know, they kind of have it set up. You have your controllers on a Tonex, Fractal, whatever you're using, Helix. But then you can kind of dial it in here also. But then there's one level. I'm sorry, I have to look that way to see it. Oh, your presets. So you can have a certain amount. I think it's like 10 IR presets in there for different amps. And they were demoing different amps in there. So again, we're talking about bands, like cover bands that have to have a lot of different sounds rather than one amp. He says, does the volume go to 11?
Yeah.
Well, it's just one more than 10. So it's 11, right?
It's one louder.
But these go to 12.
Yeah. He said, you get a fine from the HOA with one of those.
My iPad goes to 12, which I like. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So, man, there was one time, off the subject of this real quick. I did this trade that included an amp, and it was a Fender amp. I forget what kind. It's been years ago. And I am not joking. If I turn that thing up loud enough to hear it, like to 1, it was rattling my windows.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It was crazy how loud that thing was. It left here immediately before divorce papers came in. Yeah, it was loud. And it sounded like shit, too. It went out the door quick. So, I just thought that was interesting. And it has a lot of good reviews. And it was funny because I told Alex earlier, it's almost like people were listening to our conversation because they're like, you know, we talk about pushing air, like this thing pushes air. So,
well, it's based on modeling. And so we've been dealing with this for like 20 years about how good it sounds and how close it is to the real thing. And it keeps getting better and better.
Right.
I'd be interested to know if maybe they put that little high frequency driver in there to help with what I perceive to be the main issue with modeling, which is that you can profile a tube amp, and then when you play it through a modeler, there's this high cut that happens.
Right.
Where like the treble in a tube amp seems to just live forever, you know?
Right.
And then on these modelers, it's like at some point it just gets cut off and shelved.
Right.
Like a break? You mean like breaking like
Well, there's just like this dark quality to the top end of the frequency range of a modeler that a tube amp has all this life in.
Right.
But maybe that high frequency driver that's in there next to the bigger speaker makes up for that. Is that what they were thinking of?
I think some of that, so they talked about a lot because they compared them to and Alex, you've heard these before. So my Fractal runs through 2 head rushes. So FRFR head rushes. And they specifically talked about head rush in all FRFR speakers. And they said, this is heads above the rest of those FRFR speakers.
Yeah.
So there's something, and you're probably onto it with the way that the configuration of the controls and the speakers and all that kind of stuff, because it's laid out almost like a small amp.
Right.
Like a 112 amp. So I'll be curious. And they said they even said it sounded better than running like when a Tonex through an amp speaker, or not an amp speaker, cab speaker. Yeah.
I wonder though, because speaker cabinets like guitar cabs are super directional.
Uh-huh.
So it's moving air, but you only have one speaker doing it. So if
Right.
you're standing here, it's coming right at you. But as soon as you, which is the nice thing about a 412, like I don't play my 412s because they're loud. I play them because they occupy more, they push a wider space of air, I guess.
Right.
So that'd be interesting. 700 watts is certainly loud enough to be heard.
Right.
And if modeling is your jam, then that could be the move. But my thought is if you're using a modeler, and I've used a Kemper on a European tour once through a 412, even though the 412 wasn't mic because we were going straight out of the Kemper. It's just, it kind of just is what you want out of the experience of playing guitar. For me, I like standing in front of a cabinet and having that both of my calves have the wind blowing on them from the speakers and the volume as part of my guitar playing experience that I want, you know?
Right.
So this thing being kind of compact, it's cool that it's loud, and a lot of places that you would play it would probably appreciate that it's not taking up half the stage. I'm sure like if a 5-piece cover band where everybody's got a lot of stuff, then it's certainly helpful. But
well, and you know what will be interesting, and I told you this before we went live tonight, is, you know, I always like to do that kind of point counterpoint, like a different perspective. So when this comes out in short versions, it's just going to be me saying, like, you don't really need air movement. It's going to be something off the wall, and I'm just going to take controversy all week. Like I'm just trying to offer up a different perspective. But last week,
the thing is about regarding air, it's like when you're playing, you know, a state like a huge show, you know, huge stage, so you're playing a huge festival, whatever. You're not hearing your amp anyway because you're too far away from everything. You're just getting everything from your monitors, you know. So
I think Ian made that point, right?
You know, what's that?
Didn't Ian make that point in the comments of one of those shorts? He said, well, I mean, if you're micing these things and it's going through the house system, you know, that's what's pushing the air anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you're listening to your monitors, you know.
For the audience it is, but there's an interaction. If you're on stage as a guitar player and you have a monitor in front of you and your half stack behind you, there's this whole dance that you're doing as a player. And to me, it's like exciting. Like, try to tame it, and also to kind of just be surrounded by your guitar sound in such a way. Now, I've played places that are big enough where I have a stack behind me and I can only hear it when I'm standing right in front of it. The second I go this way, I disappear in terms of the stage volume because it's just dissipating through this, you know, insanely huge space. But still, I can go to the monitor and get a little bit of that speaker to guitar interaction there. And, you know, that's kind of more my desired approach to it.
That makes sense. That was a good way to articulate that too, I think.
I mean, every show you got to find your little sweet spot here and there.
Depends
on what part of the song you're in too. You know, sometimes.
Sometimes you don't want to hear yourself so well, and then you want to hear yourself in detail.
Let's see. Talking about the amp world, have you ever tried the 6506 Plus, which is basically a 605 with a separate EQ? Any experiences to share?
Do you mean the 6505 Plus? I think you do.
6505.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Plus is like where the clean channel and the dirty channel have their own EQs, and I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put the. Sorry about that, my friend. There were 2 comments. I thought they were duplicates.
So I will say yes, and I personally, if you're going to use a 2-channel amp, having separate EQs for both is super helpful, because the EQ I use for my gnarly channel is definitely going to be tuned differently than the clean channel where I probably want a lot of sparkle and mids and maybe not huge low end.
Right.
Well, the dirty channel is going to require its own treatment. So, and that's a great amp. It's basically a 5150. So,
Yeah, nice. All right, so the last topic. So I didn't have this on my list, but I thought of it while we were talking about pushing air and the Tonex. So last week we talked a little bit about. It's always me talking about these effects because I know it gets people. I know it gets conversations going. You know,
scaring shit.
You know what happened? So we did Saturday last week. So we did a Saturday night show, and on Sunday I had a customer come by who's a really good guy, and he saw me talk about the Quad Cortex. He said, "Hey, before you start considering the Quad Cortex," and he brings over his rigs. He was in the comments. He was the one in the comments talking last week, where he could just carry his rig in on his back. He had the neatest setup, and I was actually really impressed with this. So he comes in with his board. He actually set it up on the bench behind me. So well put together. One plug, and everything's hooked up underneath of the pedal board. It had the what is it? The Fender that's similar to the Fractal. I forget.
Oh, the Tone Master thing.
Tone Master, exactly. It's hard when you're on here. You forget things. It's easier when you watch. So the Tone Master, he had that. He had a wah pedal to the left, and then a pitch shifter to the right, all fastened down, and then like USB connectors and all that. But he kind of demoed it for me in here, and that looks very interesting. It had all the amps in it, and it has the screen, and you pretty much drag and drop the pedals where you want them.
Yeah,
it was very interesting.
I kind of there are all these different modelers. The ones I like are those ones where they're more intuitive and like it doesn't take you a half an hour of scrolling through layers of a digital menu to get back to like square one.
Right. Well, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Something that's no fuss, no muss, because what I say is every week is I'm in here 8+ hours some days working on guitars.
Yeah.
When I sit down to play guitars, I don't want to fiddle with buttons and knobs.
Yeah.
I want to hit a button and play a song,
Well, that's the thing, like you have the sound in your head. It shouldn't take you too long to get it out of what you're using if it's,
Where's Eggy? You know what? I asked that same question to you last week. I was like, where the hell's he been?
Eggy, where are you, Eggy?
We're going to have to mark him absent again.
Yeah. He's missing
an we have one final. We're getting ready to wrap up.
So.
What's that?
He had a song drop yesterday.
Oh, you know what? I saw that. I didn't know that was it. Yeah. I misunderstood that one. Gear is starting to drop pre-NAMM. Any guesses from big companies? So far, it's been Ibanez and Chicago Music. What I've been getting is, I got something from Ernie Ball. It didn't really, what they're telling me is like, hey, we have some stuff and we're going to be at this location. Meet us there. Kind of. I've gotten that from Music Nomad. I've gotten it. So Music Nomad's going to be there, obviously. Ernie Ball. I've been getting that kind of stuff, but no kind of foreshadowing of products. Alex has one, but he can't tell. And Fishman won't tell me anything because I blew it one time.
Oh, so it's a Fishman.
They won't tell me anything anymore because I didn't know their wireless system. Alex and I let it out of the bag, and I didn't know it wasn't announced yet.
Oh, I remember.
So they're like, "Don't tell Roger."
Yeah.
Which, again, that's a really good system. I like it. I sold one yesterday. Those are really good systems. Wireless.
A Fishman?
Yeah, the Fishman Airlock. Yeah.
I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, they're really good.
What's the price point on those?
$319, I think it was.
Oh, that's not bad.
Tax. Yeah.
Are you use the same as I do? You using the Sur?
I don't use any wireless, but every once in a while I contemplate it, and my only go-to is like the Shure because of you and Bob using them for years and just like going all over the world with them and not having issues because like that's like the best real world review, I think.
Right.
Yeah, I like the tuner pedal aspect of it.
With the Sur?
Yeah, where you just
Well, I had the newer one, but it actually broke down on me.
No
You
kidding.
So but luckily while at home, so I got a new one.
Oh, okay. You running wireless at home? You're just like dancing around with Freya, like spinning around and shit.
Pretty much. Well, now it's funny since that happened, I'll just use the cable, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I just got lazy, or just want to walk into the other room with my guitar.
Sure.
I got to grab something. I got the guitar with me. I don't have to put it down.
That's nice.
So, but yeah, I mean I voiced my excuse my cough, recovering from the flu. Yeah. So my issue is more with the flimsy wires.
Yeah, the little mini connectors and stuff.
Yeah, that is because my suggestion to them is these wirelesses are made for touring musicians, really, so you want something that's durable, that's going to last on the road. Why not make something that's durable that doesn't easily break and flimsy like that? So other than that, the system's fantastic, but the wires, that's the my big issue.
Other than it being broken, it's awesome.
Yeah, I had one wireless.
And I love the tuners. The tuners are fantastic.
I had a wireless system like more than 15 years ago now from a company called X2.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like the original digital wireless, and they were bought by Line 6, and that's what the Line 6 system is now, is the X2's technology or whatever. But I remember, one end is the 1/4-inch cable that goes to the guitar. The other end is like this headphone jack with a little screw on it. And sometimes like the screw thing would get loose and the shit would just like come unplugged.
Like strip? Would it strip?
Well, no, it was just like it would get like this, you tighten it, but it's kind of like a strap lock where sometimes you got to tighten the hex nut to keep up on them so they stay tight. You'd be playing, it would just get loose, and then it was annoying.
I think that's what I noticed about these, and everybody that's usually, I've gone away from having, like yesterday, somebody was demoing a new pickup that I put in their acoustic. So it's hard to kind of have them set over next to one of my PA, or I actually let them use one of my FRs yesterday. So it's easier just to put the wireless in there and stick it in the guitar, and then they can go anywhere they want to.
Yeah.
It just makes it easy. But the range is pretty good. No latency. There's different things. So where I was going, I got sidetracked with. So every person that's tested those out has said how good they're made. They feel rugged and things like that.
That's important.
Yeah. So far, I'm pretty happy with them. I use them if I'm just messing around in here.
A lot of people, they think wireless systems are like for big stages, but I found when I was wireless so many years ago, the tiny stages made wireless is really helpful because you weren't tripping over like nests of cables. Like I was in a 5-piece band.
Absolutely.
And it was like 4 guys like running around on stage, just back and forth, and like just not having to worry about it when you're already cramped together with all this other crap. It's like one less thing on stage to step on and ruin your.
Well, think about Angus Young. He was using them back in the day. He
was using them in the studio.
Yeah, and I saw. I don't know if you saw that rig rundown a few years back with his tech.
The AC/DC one?
Yeah, so he showed his old, he's still using one of his old SGs from back in the day, and he showed how it was repainted. But he's like, you see right here, you can actually, if you really look at it, you could see he actually had the wireless, like the wood cut out and put.
Oh wow! He put it in the guitar.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
that's a working musician right there. Just like.
Yeah,
I'm a sweaty, jumping up and down, duck walking maniac. I need this thing to. I had heard that.
Rugged.
I had read an interview with Slipknot where they would wrap, they would put it on the guitar strap and then they would wrap a condom around it. They'd cut the tip of a condom off, and the condom would hold it on the strap. And because it was latex, and they had all this sweat and crazy shit going on that it would protect it from like moisture.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's improvisation right there.
That's protection right there.
That's ingenuity.
And there's also, people would talk about, well, cable sounds better. And I saw 2 different interviews with Doug Aldrich talking about wireless. And first one, he's just like, yeah, I still use cable, because it just sounds better, this and that. And then I saw a recent interview and where he says, I've recently switched to wireless after all these years. And I can't remember the name of the wireless he uses, but he was just saying, technology's caught up and this and that. And I've A/B'd it, at home, just the wireless and cable. I didn't really hear much of a difference, to be honest.
Yeah, it's also like, Alex, a lot of your live rig setup revolves around utility as well. So it's like there's trade-offs.
Sure. Absolutely.
Does the wireless sound as good as you want it to?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. But if it doesn't, does it sound bad enough? It doesn't sound bad. So can you still play the song and get your point across with it? Yes. Okay. Well, then we'll use a wireless. It's like,
Well, and I think one trade-off with this wireless here, that when Alex and I were talking the other days, and he mentioned it earlier, his has a built-in tuner. The Fishman don't have that, but a lot of people are playing through the pedal boards that have even the Quad Cortex, Helix, all the fractals, they all have built-in tuners. So.
Well, no, I just thought it was like a cool. That's one less spot on my pedal board,
right?
To have that, but at the same time, like I already have a tuner pedal, so I don't necessarily need that feature. But it's just a cool bonus. But it's it's not a deal.
I love the Sur tuner. It's just, for me, it's just really super easy and accurate.
To
dial in. So
a
versatility.
Well, we geeked out tonight, didn't we?
Oh boy, that's what we do, I guess.
Wow, we need to wear propeller hats next week. So, anybody have any comments before we come to an end here? God, we've been an hour and 47 minutes.
Been yapping, boys.
We've been yapping. We can yak along. All right. Well, we will be back. Scumyard. So give your plug at the end, Scumyard, and they can find you.
Scumyard.bandcamp.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check them
out. And also Facebook and Instagram too.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the places, but not too many. I got a life. Come on.
And I'm just Scum. You can find me at Scum. Yeah. All right, everybody, subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Wait a minute. We have
also we will be on Thursday night, and we will have a guest. We will have Chris from Skeletal Remains on.
That's right.
Tune in on Thursday. We'll have Chris on.
Well, if they hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications, then people will tell them.
Oh, and you know what? I forget who it was. It may have been Evan, but somebody left a very helpful comment in one of the shorts about last week's show about shutting down comments for people that aren't subscribed. Like, thumbs up on that because they got wacky last week.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, what you can do too is have like shows where it's just only subscribers can comment on select shows depending on what the topic is and stuff.
Well, so I have it now because you probably saw it at the beginning. It got a little weird because you get some non-guitar people. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
It's like, well, if you don't know what we're talking about, just scroll on by.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, we got a don't
Thursday night. No,
why not?
No Thursday night. No,
well, you can watch it on Friday morning or Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
People are digging the Saturdays. Yeah, you can watch it Saturday.
Yeah, watch it Saturday. Pretend it's live.
Yeah, we're gonna dip in here on Saturdays once in a while, and then we're gonna get when Alex goes on tour. We're gonna get creative.
Yeah.
I guess creative. Maybe Jeremy, you could fill in for me. That would be
Jeremy. We're gonna talk backstage after I end this stream. All right,
Okay.
everybody. Peace out. Subscribe.
Yes,
We'll see you next
thank-
week.